stuff. But, I mean, I don't understand why he's so negative when we have so many things. Like, for example, we have codes to deal with probably Sharknadoes and Obamacare. When you have problems like that, I mean, how can anybody be malicious?
Hold on just a second. Jennifer in Pennsylvania says she has the codes in front of her. Jennifer.
Hi, how are you?
How are you?
I'm doing well. I have the code for a crash of spacecraft injuring occupant initial encounter.
Wait a minute. This is the code in Obamacare.
Yes, it is.
Say it again.
Crash of spacecraft injuring occupant initial encounter.
So initial encounter would be
like a first encounter with aliens, right?
Correct.
Is that what they're seemingly talking about?
What it seems like. And
Or could it be the initial encounter?
Right,
okay, let's say a U.S. spacecraft flew out of the sky and hit you. It would be your initial encounter with a spacecraft.
That's a possibility, too.
And it also could be the initial encounter the doctor has had with you. So, in other words, your first office visit and saying, I have a piece of Skylab in my head.
What if another piece hits you the next day? Do they have a code for the second day?
Do they have a secondary encounter?
Yes, they do.
No, that's what it is.
It is
That's what it is. So it's not an alien thing. It's what does the second one say? We'll read them all if there's more.
It is crash of spacecraft injuring occupant, not the person that is hit by Skylab, the occupant of the aircraft or spacecraft.
Okay, so
you could be talking. If you work at NASA, you may have in your life multiple.
If you work at NASA, you go to the VA.
Well, yeah, but obviously.
So why would we need I mean, think how specific this is. You have to be an astronaut to be able to get.
I don't think they do go to the VA. They're not veterans just because they work at NASA.
Yes, they are. They're all old Navy pilots and.
Yeah, but I mean, not everybody who works at
but
NASA
you're on the spacecraft.
Yeah.
Well, but you could be working. You could be maintenance of the spacecraft, and it falls off and hits you in the head.
Have gone up
no, it's occupant. Occupant.
Well, you could be inside and something falls off inside and hits you on the head. I mean,
but you're in space.
All of these, by the way, are more remote possibilities than actual aliens coming.
I know. I mean, this is crazy. This is crazy.
But you talk about specific. Listen to this. This is Wall Street Journal. There used to be one code for suturing an artery. There are now 195 codes designated every single artery, among other variables. A single code for a badly healed fracture could now translate to 2,595 different codes.
Can you imagine if these people had written the U.S. Constitution? It would be 4 million pages long.
Yeah.
It would be. They would try to spell out every single right you do and don't have.
And what is the problem with that?
You can't spell out every single right.
If we can get down to occupant first encounter with a spacecraft, I think these are the people that could do it.
I mean, wow.
I would like to know anybody who could walk into a doctor's office now. I mean, if they have it, and if they say, I don't have a code for that, and I want you to go back to your big code book and notice that you have the occupant of a spacecraft code.
Is Jennifer still with us?
Yes, I am.
So I'm getting a message, too, that you had a code about lamps.
Yes, I have a code about the initial walking into a lamppost.
The initial.
So this is the initial encounter with a lamppost.
That is correct. And the subsequent encounter with a lamppost.
Okay, good. Because Jeff, I've seen Jeffy walking at 6 or 7.
Could you read that number and the description?
Okay. It is walking into lamppost initial encounter. The code is W22.02XA. Walking into lamppost subsequent encounter is W22.02XD.
That is the craziest thing I've ever
So
heard.
good.
It's great to know.
Yeah. You're covered, Jeffy.
So just walking into a lamppost can't cover every subsequent encounter with the lamppost. Is that amazing?
Yeah. And like walking into hard object shouldn't that pretty much cover it?
No, this is it's this is micro data.
Yeah.
This is
micromanaging people.
Yeah, no. But this is the the data mining, because then they'll have all of the details on. It's not just walking into an object. They're thinking, this is their thinking, we need to know how many people walk into a lamppost because we can design the cities better so we don't have lampposts that are positioned there. So we can see where there are people, what towns are people starting to walk into the lampposts. That's their thinking. Let's take away incompetence and take away, some sort of crazy bureaucratic. What this is they're looking for information.
Well, it's data gathering, right?
Yeah, it's data gathering. So all they're trying to do is, okay, where are spacecrafts hitting people?
Nowhere.
Okay. Well,
so far?
Yes. But where are spacecraft sitting? Where are people walking into the lamppost?
How many people do it per year?
How many people do it, and where?
How much does it cost us? Think of all the dumb studies they will be able to do with this information. How many programs they will be able to justify with all of these programs, with all of this information. They will be able to come up with data on everything to make you spend money. Every city will be like, well, if we move our lamppost 9 feet to the right.
You will have, when they have enough data on the lamppost, they will then say you have to have warning signs on the lampposts.
Yeah.
Or you have to remove those lampposts and replace them with these kinds of. That's all this is. This is all about bureaucracy. For all of this information, how many people will it take to sift through this information? How many special interest groups, how many special businesses will take this government information and then say, I'm in the lamppost business, and I'm reading all this stuff, and I'm like, I can make a case that the government needs to mandate a new lamppost thing that will actually help our company. Let's get that done. I mean, it's crazy, because that's what'll happen. That's what'll happen. This isn't just putting numbers out for no reason. They are data gathering